Renter's insurance is a form of property insurance that covers losses of the personal property and protect the insured from liability claims. This includes injuries occurring in your rental that aren't due to the structural problems. Injuries due to structural problems are your landlord responsibility. Rentals insurance protect anything from a studio apartment to an entire house or a mobile home. Even if you are just starting out or living in a place for a year, getting a rental insurance policy probably the least expense and the easiest to obtain insurance you will ever own. And it could be a smartest investment ever. You may not think you got anything of great value, but you probably do more uh, than you could comfortably afford to replace in the event of a bad bubbly or fire. In addition, no matter how carefully you may you may be with your apartment, the sort of resistance most renters have, you couldn't control your neighbors. They can leave your security gates open, buzz ill intentional stranger into your building, or fall asleep with a cigarette in the hand, or start a serious fire. Uh, while your landlord property insurance may cover the building itself, the insurance will not cover the content of your apartment. Not will it called the damage of which you could be sued by or someone who had the accident. What renters insurance cover? It basically covers the components like personal possessions, liabilities, and the additional living expenses. Personal possessions. This coverage is for the content of your rented dwelling. Typically named perils include fire, theft, vandalism, plumbing, and electric manufacturing. Certain weather related damage and other name has it, but more specifically a standard HO4 policy, as it's called, it's for rents and cover loss for the personal property from the events such as hail, explosion, riots, damage caused by the aircraft or vehicle, so vandalism and volcanic and other damages. Floods and earthquake, however, they are not covered and are required and these require separate insurance policies. So liability coverage protects you up to a certain amount in the event that you get sued for an injury or damage incurred incurred at your home by other people. It also pays for the damage that you, your family, and your pet cause to other. Uh, it pays any court judgment as well as legal expenses up to the policy limit, which usually start at the $100,000 and can go up to $300,000. For coverage higher than that, you need to buy an umbrella policy. Additional living expenses. This coverage means that if you are unite becomes unhabitual due to the one of the coverage pools, you will be provided with some money to pay for temporary housing, like hotel bills, restaurant meals, temporary rentals, and other expenses incurred while your dwelling is being rehabled are all included. Many landlords and are increasingly requiring tenants to carry renters insurance. Uh, what doesn't renter insurance cover? So you should be aware that there are many things that most policies do not automatically cover. Backup of sewage into your residence, earthquake, floods, and other act of gods. These things can be covered for an additional premium if you feel that you are a significant at risk. So, if you have any unusual, expensive, or valuable items, such as high-end electronic equipments, fine jewelry, musical instruments, and important a collection of art or antique things, You may have to need to purchase a flooded insurance in the form to a rider to cover these items. In addition, a separate rider might be needed to cover wind damage in certain areas from hurricanes. Okay, so rental insurance policy also do not cover losses caused by the tenant-owned negligence or intentional acts. Thank you.